Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you're at. My name is Blaine Wright. I'm the acquisitions executive for Motels to Apartments, and Park Rise, our branding arm of our company. I'll talk a little bit about that today. So just wanted to reach out to everyone, kind of let you know what we're looking for and why we look for it and where we're looking for it, and wanting to work with different hotel owners. Even hotel agents and brokers that have opportunities that out there that might be a fit for us. So I'm going to kind of go through our buy box and see, kind of let you guys know what we're looking for and why we're looking for it. So let me share my screen here real quick. Okay. So, so this is our basic buy box. So our target markets are Texas, Arizona, and the Southeast. So, different states of like Florida, Tennessee, Nashville area, and then North Carolina, Charlotte, Raleigh. We might even take a look at South Carolina. We have some boots on the ground there now in the South Carolina area. It's Charleston, Columbia area. Areas would be something we would definitely look at. And so what do we look for in a property? So basically we look for 1980s or newer. It has to be minimum 300 square feet. Two questions I get asked: why 1980s or newer? We don't have to deal with asbestos. That's really the number one reason. Number two reason, once you get into a guts of properties that are older than 1980s, you're dealing with galvanized pipe and in some cases aluminum wiring. So when we're doing the add value, we add kitchens to everything that we do. And so if we have a property that isn't have the voltage that needs or the plumbing that it needs, we have to tear into the walls. And once you do that, then it kind of opens everything up. Then you have asbestos, then you have all those things we have to replace, and it gets really expensive. Now, does that mean we wouldn't look at something like that? We would, but the price would have to be reflective on all the additional work that we'd have to do. And then the other question I get, well, a lot of hotel rooms are 250 square feet. We understand that. We're looking for a little bit bigger room, maybe suite size. Suite type rooms are perfect for what we want to do. We got to have minimum of 300 square feet to be able to fit a cooktop, a microwave, a sink, possibly stackable laundry units. And we've done this enough times to where we know what the square footage is going to be that what we need. Amenities, we're flexible, but because we're going to be in Sunbelt states, an outside area is good. A pool area is a must. And then flex space inside the building is also preferable. Workspace for tenants that are in place, or maybe even meeting rooms that could be rented out for additional income. Room count. So you want to be a minimum of 100. Well, we look at sub 100, but the reason we want to look for 100 is when you're doing 75 to 80 rooms versus doing something that's 100 rooms, the cost difference isn't that much of a difference. And with that case, we just want the more rooms. Just makes more sense for cost for what we do in order to do that. Room type. So we want we're flexible. Love properties with kitchenettes already in place. If you have a kitchenette property in the areas that we've described, we'd be interested in talking to you for sure. So plus if it has a kitchenette. Building height, I would probably say 4 stories would be the max. Anything higher than that, you're probably going to be in a area that's pretty urban, probably a downtown area. And once you get into those kinds of properties, there's lots of red tape, lots of hoops. probably lots of permits that you would have to do once you get to that point. Okay, so locations. Some just key indicators that we look for. We look for healthcare, medical plazas, hospitals within a 5 mile radius. Um, within a reasonable distance to education and colleges, universities. We look for retail, shopping centers, major retailers, transportation. So a lot of our tenants that would stay either short term, medium term, or long term. Some will need to use public transportation. So if you're within walking distance of a bus stop or maybe rail, depending on what part of the country it's in, definitely want to be within access of that. Also want to be within 5 miles of major retailers, and examples we got here is like Costco, Trader Joe's, Sam's Club, Target, and some A-class retail. That's kind of what we would prefer. And then obviously a proximity to an international airport. And this can vary. I live in a big city myself. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. And Phoenix, if you're not familiar, actually has more square mileage than the city of Los Angeles does. And so Phoenix is very, very spread out, very, very suburban type of city. And so I live in suburbia, and I'm a 20 miles from the closest airport. So if it's a major city like a Phoenix or Dallas, something like that, that 5 mile rule can be expanded as well, just because depends on the density of the city. More population, the further away you're going to get from international airport. Okay, so we just talked about what major features we look for, and then the proximity requirements. And just show you here: hospitals, universities, shopping, retail, medical, industrial, business, public transportation, and major retailers. So we all want to be within 1 to 5 miles of these first few, and then public transportation. Like I said before, we want to be within walking distance for the potential tenant in place, and then obviously target retailers like Costco, Target, Walmart. Okay, so how do we acquire? How do we put a deal together? Well, we can do cash. Cash, as you know, would be a very heavily discounted offer for what we need to do. It's fast, but it's deeply discounted for the speed of the transaction. The next one is seller financing or creative acquisition methods. This is the number one way we acquire properties. This is what we prefer. And a few of the reasons for that is, number one, we can typically give the seller the price they're looking for if we can create favorable terms. And oftentimes, we can create a win-win transaction that way, doing some type of seller financing or taking over payments, maybe doing a wrap. And then the next one would be what's called, bank financing. We can do bank financing. There's just a process, especially with the conversion, doing an add value to a hospitality asset. There's lots of hoops to jump through. Deep due diligence. There's an appraisal. Oftentimes we'd have to do an extended escrow just because of the time that it takes using a bank. And then another one that we could do that would be possible with flexible terms would be doing some type of joint venture with the owner in place. We can come in, operate. They can still operate. We can bring in cash for renovations and do the add value and work together for a profitable property. Okay, so our approach basically, we want to look for identify properties that fit our demographic that we just described previously, and then we evaluate the property, the condition, the location, and then what's it going to take to redevelop or update the property. And then obviously we negotiate terms and acquire the property, and then we try to we transform the property into a modern, desirable flexible living apartment complex. And, typically we, would like to get something transformed, hopefully within a year from the time that we acquire the property. Okay, so this way we can contact us. There's my number, 623-695-0940, and then info@motelsapartments.com. Then our website is motelsapartments.com. You can take a look at a look there, and also you will see our franchise brand, Park Rise. This is what we will turn all of these properties into. Would be a Park Rise flexible living franchise. That's the brand that it will be. That's the name that it will be. That we'll have when we're done with the finished product. So, and then that's my direct line, and then also our info@motelsapartments.com. So that is what I have for you guys today. So it was really nice talking to everybody. Please feel free to reach out if you have a deal. If you have something that maybe doesn't fit everything that I've laid out, maybe it hits 7 out of 10 or 5 out of 10, feel free to reach out to us anyways. Share your opportunity with us. We can see if it might be a fit for what we're looking for as well. So I guess we'll be talking to you later. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope everyone has a great day.
Welcome to your new home in McAllen, Texas.
This place used to be totally different. We took 29 motel rooms that were dated. Remember, these were built in the 50s, and we turned them around. We gutted these down to the studs. We replaced the electrical. We replaced the plumbing. We even added gas lines. And now we have a beautiful 29-unit multifamily. So bear with me, there's a lot that we're packaging into this one offer for the resident. In this motel to apartment conversion, we have sewer, water, trash, electric, internet, washer, dryer, dishwasher, microwave, oven, stove, all included for just one monthly fee.
Y no se preocupe, nosotros hablamos español. Go ahead and go to studiosonfourth.com, check out the floor plans that we have available, and submit your information. And just a friendly reminder, we have everything included: sewer, water, trash, electric, utilities, even fiber, high-speed internet. Submit your info and we'll get back to you. Welcome home.